Hi there, this is Marty from owingsart.com. That's OWINGSART.com. And today we're going to take a look at 4 different kinds of specialty ink. And these are, 3 different kinds and 2 different colors among the same brand of ink. But the first one we're going to take a look at is Walnut Drawing Ink. And this Walnut Drawing Ink is something you can pick up at your local art store or online. Tom Norton Designs, based in Cambridge, Massachusetts, puts this together. If you want to reach Tom Norton, you can go find him at tom_norton@comcast.net, believe it or not. And so what this walnut ink is, the drawing ink is, it's just a different color drawing ink, but it's a naturally derived walnut colored ink. Then we'll take a look at those Dr. Martens Bombay inks, and then finally this Encre, the one I have in my hand right here, this French ink. It's called Encre Authentique, and it is also known as lawyer's ink, said to hold up for about 300 years. That's the claim. We won't be able to test that claim, unfortunately, but that's what they say. So today I'm going to use a dip pen, and thanks for those of you who reached out to me in a previous video and corrected me. I was calling this dip pen a fountain pen for some reason. It is not a fountain pen. It is a dip pen. You have to continually dip it in the ink and it'll run out and then use it. So here you can see I'm doing a little drawing as well with this walnut ink. I really like the color of the ink. It's kind of a sepia tone and it flowed nicely, and I think you can buy some crystals. You can buy like a little bag of crystals and add it to the ink to actually darken it as well. But I really enjoyed using it. Once I got the hang of the dip pen and the different nibs on the dip pen, it became quite easy. So the next thing is this Dr. Martens Bombay Ink, and I started with the yellow. Yellow is a little bit of a tough color in ink, and I wanted to try it out. Be sure you give the bottle a little shake, because I noticed there seems to be some separation of the liquid inside the bottle. So I guess giving it a good shake helps to mix it all back up. But this is a waterproof ink, and they call it Pigmented India Ink, or if you're in Great Britain, you'd call it Indian ink. It doesn't spread, so that's good, and it flows smoothly with, right out of the nib here, and it's non-clogging, which I like. Also, all the different types of Dr. Martens inks are non-toxic as well, so that's cool. Now I tried this yellow, which I thought was pretty good, and it's pretty bright and vibrant. I also tried a little smearing of it. And I'm wearing rubber gloves because I don't want to have to spend hours trying to scrub the ink off when I'm done doing the video. So that's why. But I went to the white, and I was disappointed by the white. It wasn't nearly as vibrant, or it just didn't pop like I thought it would. And next on to the French, this Encre Authentique lawyer's ink. As I mentioned, this ink that's made in France is also known as lawyer's ink. It has very high archival quality, and what they're saying is it will remain legible for up to 300 years. And this ink contains wood tannin. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I guess people who are more expert than I am at inks will know exactly what that is. Anyway, it comes in this 30 milliliter bottle. It's made in France, and I just used the dip pen here, and what I'm going to try to do is just very carefully sketch some lettering here. I wouldn't call it quite calligraphy because this is kind of my own invention, but just cursive, but being able to just carefully and slowly write the letters, as you can see, and it comes out of the end of the pen very nicely. The thing is with this French ink here, made by J. Hebrin, by the way. So if you look it up, it's J.Herbin, and you can find it pretty much online anywhere. And I think this was about 12 or $13 for this little bottle of ink, 30 milliliter size, which is I guess affordable if you really like ink. I tried some different tips on these on the dip pen to try to see how the ink would perform, like if it was heavy in the pen, and you know, or less. And I really like the way that this ink flows. Like, you know, it's pretty extraordinary actually. And you know, this is the way they used to write in the old days, but. And you can see right now my letters aren't very straight, but I'm just kind of practicing, and the ink is just doing a great job. Where it's heavier, it takes a good while for this ink to dry. I don't think this is very fast drying like the other inks I just showed you. Especially the walnut ink seems to dry very fast, but I don't know if it's the wood tannin that's in this ink or what it is, but if you laid it on thick, it could take, you know, considerable amount of time, 10 minutes to dry even. So yeah, I just went through and continued on doing some lettering and some numbers and stuff like that, but just really enjoyable to try the different tips on this dip pen, and just be able to sort of practice, I guess, you know, my modified calligraphy here. But you could see where if you wanted to use this to draw this particular ink, I think it would be great. It'd last a long time. I was reading online though that some people were asking if you could use this in a fountain pen, and I read where a guy had done that, but he was very careful to clean his pen out thoroughly, because I think if this ink dries in your pen, I think it'll be ruined basically. So he was very careful to use the ink right away, and then to clean out the reservoir and the pen and all that stuff, so it wouldn't permanently mess up the fountain pen. So here I'm just making a few more last minute marks here with this ink, and yeah, it's just fun. I just like trying different things, so that's why I went and picked up these inks. And I've had a few people drop me messages and say, hey, could you try out some different types of ink? I did also posted not long ago, tested out some Winsor & Newton inks, so if you check that video out, I'll put in a little link here and you can see what you think of those as well. But overall, I like these three different kinds of inks. I think for me, I'd really like to draw with the walnut ink, the first one I tried, but the rest of these are great as well. So give them a try, and Dr. Martens has a good reputation as well. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, leave a question or comment if you have any, and thanks for checking out the video today. All right, so long everybody.